हेलो डियर स्टूडेंट्स, अ वेरी वार्म वेलकम टू ऑल ऑफ यू। आप सभी का स्वागत है हमारे चैनल पर। इन दिस वीडियो लेक्चर वी आर गोइंग टू डिस्कस अबाउट अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट एंड वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग कॉन्सेप्ट विच इज मॉडल्स ऑफ टीचिंग्स, एंड वी आर गोइंग टू डिस्कस अबाउट थ्री वेरी basic models of teaching, which is pedagogy, andragogy and heutagogy. If you go through previous year question papers, you will find several questions which have been asked from this topic. So in this video, first we are going to develop and build upon the concept, then we can solve a lot of PYQs to test our knowledge. Okay, and if you want to test further your knowledge, we will also prepare a test on this particular topic which will be uploaded today on our test series. So if you are new to my channel, my name is Tushar Goel. I am a PhD research scholar at Center for Media Studies, JNU. I have qualified JRF. If you are preparing for UGC NET Paper 1, you can consider subscribing to our channel. Our entire content on YouTube is free. You can check the playlist. Then when we talk about teaching models, okay, what exactly is a model? So you already have learned about several methods of teaching, levels of teaching. Now the focus is turning towards the learner in our playlist, or you can say in this teaching aptitude. Models is nothing just a blueprint. Tomorrow you as a teacher are going to design several courses, you are going to design several instructional materials. So what should be the blueprint? Okay, we can never compare apples and oranges. There are going to be different capacities of the learners based upon their age group, based upon their cognition skill, how much can they comprehend. Okay, all learners are not alike. So when we talk about learners in the context of, let's say, age group, okay, we might be dealing with children also, children who are, let's say, like small trees who needs water, sunlight, they need everything, they are dependent on the teacher. Then you might be dealing with some adult learners who have developed certain level of comprehension skills, cognition skills, they are self-motivated. Okay, then you might be also dealing with another kind of learners who are, like, let's say, self-guided. Okay, they believe in self-discovery, they are advanced level of seeking knowledge. So these teaching models guides the trainer, teacher to design certain curriculum based upon the cognitive needs of the learners. Simple, teaching model is a blueprint. ठीक है, एक plan है. So a teaching model is a plan which can be used to shape curriculum. Then the major aim of teaching model is to make instructions effective in an interactive manner, atmosphere to improve the curriculum. Now we are going to deal with three very important terminologies. First is pedagogy, then another is andragogy, and third is heutagogy. So dear students, today I am going to discuss a very important thing with all of you. Have you ever heard about this term called etymology? You can tell me in a line or two, then I shall take this forward. So instead of rote learning all these mnemonics, I am going to introduce this very interesting thing for all of you, which is etymology, which can really help you in your preparations. So etymology is a study of vocabulary, or how words are created. Okay, there is always roots from how. So I say pedagogy, it is only a sound. Now how does this word makes meaning? So हिंदी में हम इसको कहते हैं संधि विच्छेद करना. ठीक है, हम या एक वर्ड को तोड़ देना और उसको पढ़ना. So अगर मैं आपसे, okay, good, Niti Singh, from where the word is derived. So study of words is etymology. So let's see, in these three words, pedagogy, andragogy, heutagogy, this gogy is similar. Okay, what does this gogy exactly means? This, okay, then peda, andra, heuta, I am going to discuss about everything with you. Okay, so when we talk about pedagogies, it has been derived from pedos, which is a Greek root which means child, and agagos is leader, so who leads child, maybe a teacher also. Okay, so agagos is goji has been derived from this agagos, which means leader or a teacher. Okay, who is going to let's say the art of being leader, ठीक है. So pedos का मतलब हो गया child. अब if I ask you who is a pediatrician, the doctor of children, see how you can create several words from one word. When I talk about andra, okay, andragogy. So what does this andra means? Andra has been derived from anar, which is adult male. So the art of leading the adult males is andragogy. Okay, so a small homework for all of you. Let's say you know what is andra. Okay, andra stands for adult male. So it is implicit that they are also implying adult women. Please don't take it otherwise. So if I ask you what exactly you know what is andra. Okay, andra stands for adult males. If I ask you what is Miss Andre, you know, Miss is hating somebody. Okay, misogyny, Miss Andre. So Miss Andre becomes hating males. If I ask you what is polyandry, you guys have to tell me what these two words mean. Okay, it's very simple if you look at this this way. So there is a very interesting book which is Word Power Made Easy. Norman Lewis. A lot of people who take CAT exams, they solve this book. Everybody should solve this book at least once in their life. Make their notes. Okay, it makes learning very simple. So now you know everything. See what we have discussed is, so these are three models of teaching: pedagogy, which is teaching which is meant for children. Okay, then andragogy is for adult learners, and heutagogy is self-determined learning, where we are going to discuss about this further. So the key difference between pedagogy, andragogy, heutagogy is pedagogy refers to teaching children. As we just discussed, they are dependent learners. They are wholly dependent on the teacher. Whereas andragogy, andra is adult learners. Okay, let's say 11, 12 students or college students, it refers to the principle of teaching adults who are considered self-directed, self-motivated. And heutagogy refers to principle of managing self-managed learners like PhD students. Okay, so now let us discuss about them further in great detail. So peda is means children. Okay, goji means the art of teaching children. Pedagogy refers to art and science of teaching children. देखो वही ये कह रहा है जो हमने etymology से खुद ही निकाल लिया. ठीक है, so learn about etymology. New word comes in front of you, try to break it further, try to look for where exactly it has been derived from. So it is typically teacher centered. Okay, we have already discussed learner centered, teacher centered methods. So the focus, or let's say the center of this learning process is the teacher. He or she decides the curriculum, the instructional material. Okay, it is teacher directing the learning process, setting goals and delivering knowledge. Teacher decides what, when and how learning happens. So pedagogy, बहुत बारी आपसे घुमा फिरा के पूछेंगे, in which of the following teaching models teacher is at the center of teaching learning process. Remember this, peda stands for children. So art of teaching children is pedagogy. Simple. Students rely on teacher for guidance and motivation. Emphasis is on foundational knowledge and skills. Theoretical, mostly teaching theory, basics, fundamentals. नर्सरी के बच्चों को जैसे हम पोएम सिखाते हैं, बेसिक मैथ्स के पहाड़े सिखाते हैं, ऑल दोज थिंग्स. ठीक है, फाउंडेशनल नॉलेज. ओके, देन सेकंड इज एंड्रोगॉजी, वेयर वी आर डीलिंग विद एडल्ट लर्नर्स. ठीक है, एडल्ट learners like 16, 18, 20 years old. Then andragogy is a method and practice of teaching adult learners. It is a learner centered method. ये हम already पढ़ चुके ना, teaching centered, learner centered. Teaching centered majorly had those methods like lecture, ठीक है, team teaching. Then learner centered had project method. If you remember, there is already a test live on the application. Please practice all these things. You won't retain it if I ask you which is flip classroom is what kind of teaching learner method. It is teacher centered or learner centered. Remember we learned about flip classrooms. So adult brings life experience. It's more of dialogic. There is the role of dialogue is very important in this andragogy. Okay, learning is problem based and relevant to real world applications. So projects, then case studies, all those things are used. Collaboration and participation are emphasis. So collaboration and participation, dialogue. Pedagogy, it's one way. Okay, the teacher is deciding everything. Here it's a more of a collaborative learning, dialogue, everything. Okay, then the third term is heutagogy, which has been derived from heuriskin, which means to discover. Okay, where it's more reflective level. Okay, where the learner is on a discovery. So if I ask you what exact, so heuta se agar main ek aur shabd nikalun, what is heuristic, you have to tell me this word also in the comment box. Okay, we know that heuriskin, it has been discovered from the word heuriskin, okay, which is to find or discover. See how you can make multiple words from single etymology. Okay, so heutagogy focuses on self-determined learners. Learners take full responsibility for their learning, deciding what to learn, how to learn. In this, curriculum is also being decided by the learner himself or herself. Okay, so let's say you want to learn a skill on your own. In the last class, we learned about heuristic methods also. Like I gave you example of I forgot the name of that character, mythological character. Okay, if I can recall it, I'll tell you again. So people want to learn a certain skill on their own, so they decide how they are going to learn. Okay, emphasis on developing learners autonomy and capacity for lifelong learner. They have their own autonomy. Okay, what do they want to learn? So this photo is not appropriate. If I would have cropped one learner, it would have been better. Then self-reflection, self-assessment, they assess themselves. Okay, it encourages exploration beyond predefined content. Then yes, Eklavya. Okay, so Eklavya was more of a heutagogy. It was it had a lot of autonomy. Okay, so models: pedagogy, teacher-centered; andragogy, learner-centered; heutagogy, self-determined. Remember Eklavya. ठीक है, बेस्ट एग्जाम्पल. लर्नर टाइप्स चिल्ड्रन, इससे आपका पूरा समराइज हो जाएगा, इसको ज़्यादा खींचना नहीं है, बिल्कुल सिंपल है. एडल्ट्स, लाइफ लॉन्ग लर्नर्स. मेथड्स, टीचर डायरेक्टेड लाइक लेक्चर. ठीक है, कोलैबोरेटिव लर्निंग इसमें होती है, ग्रुप डिस्कशन मान लो. ठीक है, दिस इज एक्सप्लोरेटरी. एग्जाम्पल फॉर pedagogy is primary school teaching, which involves a lot of storytelling, lecture methods. Andragogy, you can take corporate training or on teamwork. ठीक है. Then heutagogy, PhD students, they are also on a path of self-discovery. Okay, they are finding something. So let us solve few questions. In which of the following teaching models learner is mostly self-directed and is responsible for his or her own learning? See, this question was asked in September 2022. The appropriate option should have been heutagogy. As per me, okay, in which of the following teaching models the learner is mostly self-directed and is responsible for his or her own teaching, but the next best possible option is andragogy model, okay, in which the learner is also self-directed, he is motivated, but heutagogy would have been more appropriate in this particular option. Then the field of study which uses role playing, simulation and self-evaluation as strategies for adult learners, see this is the keyword, is known as andragogy. Okay. Then pedagogy is a method and practice of teaching. Yes, it is correct. Encompasses teaching style, teaching theory and feedback assessment. Yes, it is also right. It deals with foundational knowledge. Okay, you take tests, feedback assessment, so this is also correct. Involves the teaching style of transacting the curriculum content in classroom. Okay, yes, content, it's classroom teaching, lecture method, mostly teacher centered method. Requires teachers not to get influenced due to difference in age of students and nature of the content to be delivered. This is actually wrong. Okay, pedagogy deals with children. Okay, difference in age matters here. How, let's say, what is the age of learner? If they are in pre-nursery, nursery, the content has to be changed according to their needs. If they are into, let's say, preschool, or let's say if they are in first, second class, so teacher requires teachers to get influenced. They get influenced by the age of the learners. Okay, pedagogy is all for school children, or let's say children. So the right answer would be A, B and C. Okay. Then इन विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग टीचिंग मेथड्स लर्नर, अच्छा ये क्वेश्चन हम ऑलरेडी डिस्कस कर चुके हैं, ठीक है. That was all, dear students. I have also prepared an entire test, so there were 10-12 more questions. I have prepared it, curated it, and it will be live today with detailed explanations. We have already uploaded some 5 tests in teaching aptitude earlier, and there will be some 4-5 more. So take care. If you found this video helpful, you can like this video, and if you have any doubt, you can write to me in the comment box. I shall give you a prompt reply. I'll also upload this PDF you can digitally access on the application. Take care. Bye.